Autism. Autism is a neurodevelopment condition that shapes how a person communicates, interacts, and experiences the world. It was first introduced in 1911 by Swiss psychiatrist Eugene Boller, who used it to describe a symptom of schizophrenia when individuals appeared withdrawn from external reality. But in the 1940s, two researchers, Austrian-American psychiatrist Leo Kanner and Austrian pediatrician Hans Asperger, observed children with unique patterns of behavior, communication, and social interaction. Their work marked the early foundation of what we know, understand, the autism spectrum. Today, autism is recognized not as a disease to be cured, but as a spectrum, a broad range of neurodivergent ways of thinking, feeling, and being a difference, not a defect, a way of seeing the world. In 1998, a study of just 12 children led by Andrew Wakefield and published in The Lancet claimed the MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine caused autism and colitis. This tiny case series with no control group and speculative assumptions was funded by lawyers preparing lawsuits against vaccine manufacturers. Despite being immediately speculative and widely rejected by medical authorities in England, it gained explosive media attention, spurring fear among parents worldwide. By the year 2010, the paper was fully retracted, and Wakefield was found guilty by the UK's General Medical Council for dishonesty and irresponsibility, and was stripped of his medical license, and his colleagues also disciplined for ethical violations. Yet despite overwhelming condemnation, the myth had already taken root, and in the UK, MMR vaccination rates dropped from 90% in the mid-1990s to below 80% in many regions. That collapse triggered measles outbreaks in England and Wales, and cases jumped from 56 in 1998 to over 1,370 by the year 2008, which resulted in hospitalizations of many children. Research suggests approximately 1 in 3 Americans today wrongly believe vaccine causes autism, a belief rooted in this discredited study. RFK Jr. has echoed the myth, positioning it alongside his own vaccine autism claims about Thermosol, despite zero credible evidence. This wasn't an academic mistake. It was fraud. A tiny, flawed paper unwounded decades of public trust and let awake of preventable diseases, all because a sensational, falsified narrative was easier to believe than science.
I am connected with a nonprofit organization that's called Best Buddy, an organization that helps people in friendship, jobs, and independent living. So in my son Drew's case, they helped him get a job first at Fresno Medical Center, and that was an internship. And so they helped Drew learn how to do the things that you need to do in a hospital, and they helped the hospital learn how to work with somebody with autism. And then when he wanted to go get a real job, they came with him, they job shadowed with him, and so he could learn, he got a job at Pyology, and so he could learn all of the things that you need to do to work at Pyology. Buddies helped him do it for free, like no charge. Organization, the community that really helps individuals with autism and with other disabilities too. And so because of that, I really want to support that. What I think about that people need to know about individuals with disabilities, including autism or ADHD, is that they're people. The people part comes first. And so I really try to, like in my job or what I think about and what I do, I want to honor who the person is, who the human being is. Everybody needs to realize that really comes first.
One, a lot of people think autistic kids are mean. They're not mean.
They have a hard time to communicate. Some can communicate very little, and a lot of them are unable to communicate. For other people to realize that autistic people and children, you know, they're people, they're human, they have feelings. And a little kindness, a little respect would be most helpful to them.
And also people need to understand that there's a wide spectrum of autism. Some are more mild, some are more severe, but it's a pretty big spectrum. People need to just get more education on it, I think, as well. That'd really help them out. And don't look at it as a disability or as a negative, because there's always positives, and some people have stronger abilities in different areas. Just don't look at it as a negative.
When I was a kid, I felt different. I remember looking at other people, and I always envied how they were able to communicate and interact with other people. How they would always be talking about their interests. It was like second nature to them, but not me. I always wondered as a kid why I felt so different. Why did I always feel different? Why didn't I feel the same like everyone else? Why did I, of all people, feel more like an outcast than everyone else? I didn't get it. It wasn't until third grade where I was finally told that I had autism. That I finally got my answer as to why I felt different. And from then on, anytime I had a bad day at school, or just a bad day in general, I always got very upset. Just wanted to be left alone, always mad, didn't want to do anything. And I blamed autism as the reason why. I was always frustrated because, again, I couldn't communicate that with others. And I felt like so different from others. Despite that, I still had a can-do attitude and I never gave up. No matter what it was, I always tried my best to do good on everything because I wanted to show that I am still capable of doing these things. By the time I entered middle school, things got better. I started meeting other people with autism as well. I met some amazing people, and by the time I entered high school, I'd say it is just an vast improvement from elementary school. Way nicer teachers, way more helpful. And I've just met more incredible people with autism. We don't feel like outcasts. We feel seen. We feel heard. I'm proud of my autism because I learned to have accepted it by the time I entered middle school. At the end of the day, autism isn't a disease. And it's not a tragedy either. The real tragedy in this case is misinformation. That the world has been fed stating that we are lesser, that we're a disease, and that we don't belong. But that is a lie. We are people too. We have thoughts, we have feelings, we have perspectives, we have dreams, we have voices that want to be heard, we want to share. People who have autism, we're proud of it. It's time to listen to science, families, and most importantly, people like me who are on the spectrum themselves. I'm your host, Robert Seha. And remember, we're people too. Thank you.